I'm Starla.
I'm it.
And we are
Our Family Plays Games. Yeah.
And today we're bringing you Embarcadero by Renegade Games.
Yes.
Now this is a sponsored preview.
Now this is just a little look-see at a game that's currently on Kickstarter for Renegade. So we get a chance to see what's going on. Now, let me tell everybody, this is a preview copy. So everything might change. Some things might stay, some things might go. Y'all know Kickstarter. Y'all know what's up. So this is just a preview copy.
Yeah, now this game was designed by Adam Buckingham and Ed Marriott.
Yes. Now the game is set up in 1850 San Francisco, right during the gold rush. So it's really, really interesting. And like, you know how we always say, you gotta sneak that little education in them. Gotta sneak that education. You know, you find out that that was a very interesting time. Because when they said that gold was in the hills, they came. And they came so much to San Francisco that San Francisco Bay was filled up with ships.
Well, you know they're saying they came by the boatload. They came by the boatload.
Starla, they abandoned their ships, everybody got on their ships and ran up into the hills to try to find some gold. And you know, I see some pictures where the whole bay is full of just abandoned ships. Wow. So they had to find out what they're gonna do with them ships.
That's a good question.
Hey, they started building structures on ships. Isn't that crazy?
That is awesome, though. I love it that they decided. I think it's awesome that they decided to utilize the ships and not just leave them, you know, there empty. But they may do.
But you know what happened in the year after 1850?
What?
It was a fire. See, they doing all that crazy building, and they burned themselves up.
Well, they were trying to be resourceful.
Yeah,
utilizing the
but
ships.
you know, another thing which is so cool is that, you know, underneath some of the most expensive property in the world in San Francisco is a bunch of ships. There's ships that's buried underneath. They get buried underneath. So the history and what's behind this game is really, really interesting. You're building on ships that was abandoned during the gold rush. Wow. Now that is really cool.
That is interesting.
That's really cool.
Great history.
Yeah. Now we're going to show how you kind of set up the game. Now this is for 2 and 3 player. Now, you know, 2. And then if we can drag Granny in, we'll drag him and that's 3. But on the other side, it's for 4 to 5, which is pretty cool. Now on the 2 to 3, you have where you get ships. Now these are the ships that were, you know, brought in and abandoned. Everybody gets one and put it right on the wharf, and then right next to, you know, right at the beginning. And then you get all your structures on this three tile boat. And everybody gets it. That's you green. I don't know why I'm touching it, but that's you. And then I am gold. And then you have the 3. Then also you have these gold cards. And you have a whole bunch of them. Let me look at your family. Let me look at it. So you have all these different gold cards where you can put up, and they just give you like goals, who has the most buildings, who has the most money, things like that. So you can do a whole lot of different ones with that.
And it keeps the game interesting because you get a chance to switch them out.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Now also you get to have a character that helps you out.
Love the character.
And then you have like Levi Strauss. I have Ghirardelli with his chocolate.
And I got Jenny Carter, who's a journalist.
Yes. So that's great. Now the cards do 2 things. Now on the basic side, which we advise you to play the basic first. You know, the basic side will give you an ongoing resource that you'll have, this little extra resource that you'll use to try to build some buildings. Now, on the other side, that's the advanced side where they give you some ongoing, you know, items, an ongoing bonus that you can use, and also a one-time bonus that you can do too, and then in-game scoring that your character can give you. So you get one of those. Now, then you start off. We're gonna start off now, and then you get 8 cards. You'll get 4 ship cards, and you'll get 4 building cards. Now, then you have to break it down to just 5 cards. You gotta pay for them. You get $15 to start off. Then you gotta break it down. Now, the costs are not too steep in the preview. You know, like 1, 2, 3.
Now, it can get a little costly because if you're picking 5 cards and you only got $15.
That's right.
And if one of them's 3, another was 2, and next thing you know, you spent all your money.
That's right.
So the cards can be costly. So from the beginning of the game, you got to start deciding how you want to spend your money, what type of strategy you're going to use. So I mean, it starts off in the beginning.
It does. So when you break down your 8 cards into 5, that's kind of like your countdown clock. Let's get to that later. So now you got your 5 cards. You're ready to go. Then, the person that's been to San Francisco or something like that, they'll get the little Embarcadero card, a little starter, and then you go from there.
And so that comes to me.
That comes to you.
Because I'm the one that's been to San Francisco.
Yes.
And I had a chance to actually go to Ghirardelli. OMG, the chocolate is to die for.
Now, does it count that we went to Ghirardelli in San Antonio?
No.
It don't count?
Well, I guess so.
But it's the same thing.
But if you go to the Ghirardelli.
Yeah, you got to go to the
well, they've got the big huge sign up.
Yes.
And go and try their hot fudge sundae. My God, worth every penny, Well, maybe not worth every pound.
No.
Every penny.
No. But see, what I tried out when we were in San Antonio, it was cool. I liked it. I liked the ice cream.
Yeah, Ghirardelli's
because I like Ghirardelli chocolate anyway.
Yeah, that's really good.
That milk chocolate.
All right, we're going into
food. See, there we go.
So back to the game.
Yes.
So, on your turn, you've got 2 things you can do.
What we got to do?
So first, you've got your action phase. Now, in your action phase, you can do 3 things. One of 3 things. Dock a ship, construct a building, or scrap a card.
And you got to use a card each time.
You have to.
Because that kind of, brings down the clock. Yeah.
You have to play a card.
That's the mechanism.
Now, your turn, you only in every round you only get 5 turns.
Yeah.
So you start off with 5 cards. So every time you play a card, it lets you know that you've only got 1 less to play during that round.
And it's only 3 rounds.
Only 3 rounds.
So you gotta hustle. You gotta hustle, folk. You gotta hustle.
So when you dock a ship, you go ahead and get a ship. You play it here. You get the same size. So if this is a 2, 3, 4, 6 square ship, a spaceship, you put it on your dock and you pay the cost thereof. So you have to pay if your ship is touching the wharf, you have to pay for every space it takes up. So if you have a 4 spaceship, you're gonna pay $4.
Here's 4.
Now this one is a different one. It's a 4 space, but it's square. So on this one, you'd only pay $2 to put it there. So that's docking a ship.
Oh, and you gotta put your little structure on there. You always get a structure.
One structure.
Yes.
So that's docking your ship. Now on the next one, constructing a building. Now to construct a building, you have to have the right resources. Each building has a certain set of resources, and if you meet that criteria, you're able to construct that building. Once you construct the building, you get some bonus points that'll help you move up. So not bonus points, you get VP points, help you move up the track, or you get some bonuses at the end that can help you. Either they're in-game bonuses or they're immediate bonuses that you take right then and there.
Yes.
So then you
can. Did you talk about if you scrap them? Oh, that's coming up next.
Then you can scrap a card.
Yes, I like that part.
Now, the last part is scrapping a card. And when you scrap a card, it gives you a little box here that'll tell you what you get if you scrap a card. Now, for this one, you're going to get 3 structures, and you'll get 2 gold for every gray building that you have on your in your tableau. So this is how scrapping a card works.
And what's so good about scrapping the card, you get to put those structures on your empty spaces. Because you only get a chance when you put a boat down, you only can put down just 1 structure. So when you scrap a card and it gives you extra, structure to put down,
so you can fill up
then you
those
can start
ships.
Filling up some ships. Filling up some ships. Yeah, I like that.
Now the second thing you can do on your turn, or you have to do on your turn, is the buy phase. Now the buy phase is important. Some of these cards are even 0, so you don't even have to spend money for them. But with the buy phase, you can either take that card and put it into your hand, and then take a card out of your hand and put it on your play board for your next round. Or you can take the card you purchased and put it on your play board for the next round. And so this keeps you in order. So you need 5 cards for your next round, and this play mat shows you that there's a space for 5 cards. So that way you don't lose your turn order or lose how many cards you're supposed to have in your hand.
Now, did you tell them how you do the build action? Because you got to get one of your little things, get one of the building actions. Like if one of your builds was 3. And you put it there.
So when you construct a building, yes, you get one of these little tiles here.
Yeah,
You stick
and
it
then
on top of your other
and
structures.
you put one structure on there. But if you have something where, you know, one of the buildings have like an extra, some more, if you put some more resources to it, you get to fill up that whole entire thing.
Which is great.
Yeah, which is really cool. Look at y'all, I'm building up some buildings here. That's how it all fell down. That's how
Now, when you're playing this game, keep in mind you also have the council track to think about. So there are different ways you can advance on the council track. And when you advance on the track, you can get points, you can get resources, and you can also get these awesome landmark cards. Now, these cards allow you or your opponents to build a structure if you have the necessary requirements.
Yeah, that's another way that you get points. And then also on this, the council track, you know, you get points if if you're ahead of me, you get like 3 points.
Yeah.
You know,
3 points, yes.
get 3 points. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
And then also the further you go up, you get a whole bunch of resources and money and put structures up. And
so it's a lot of good things.
It's really cool.
So you want to keep the council track in mind when you're
playing. And then also in-game points too. In-game points.
Right.
That's really cool. Now, this is only 3 rounds with 5 turns in it.
Yes.
After every round, it's some scoring. The first one is the gold cards. And then also who has the majority on the wharfs. Like here, Starla has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I was over there, let me put me over there. Let me put me over there.
You stay on your side.
No, I'm put over here. We gotta show how, you know, the majority is.
You got your own wharf.
No, we gotta do it, you know. Because we like that last game, we were battling it out there.
Yes, we were.
We were battling it out. We had structures all up there.
Yes.
So on this one, Starla still got me because she got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 influence on this wharf and only got 3. So you make points like that, and it's the first person they get the most points, which is this is a 7-space wharf. So that's 7 points that you would get, and then I would get half rounded down.
That's
right.
Right.
And that's how you get it. So that's influence and also majority. Yes, you got to get that. Got to get on that wharf. Now the second round is the gold cards, and then the council track. How far and what you do on the council track. So you got to think about that. It's a lot of stuff going on. And then on the third and last round, it's the gold cards, the council track, and also the wharfs. And then also some of your buildings might have some in-game bonuses.
Yes.
And then also
your character card has in-game bonuses
now,
as well.
Also on the end, at the end, you're gonna have those 5 cards again because you're using cards and buying cards, using cards, buying cards. So you can have another time when you have 5 cards. What you do with those stored cards is that how much you pay for them, that's your points.
You get points for that.
So if you sitting there got nothing but 0 cards, because some of them have 0, you're going to have 0 points.
Yes.
So you might on that last turn try to get some 2s and 3s or 1s if you have the money.
If you can do it.
If you can do it.
Getting money is difficult.
It's a little difficult. You got to fight for it. You got to fight for it.
But you can't get enough to do what you need to do.
So that's how the gameplay is.
That's it.
That's gameplay.
Now in Embarcadero, there are several mechanics you have to keep in mind. There's card drafting, there's engine building, there's area majority, and there's also influence.
Yes.
So you got to keep that in mind when playing the game. So this is not a gateway game. This is something that you really need to know how to play so you can master.
It's a thinking. You got to think.
You got to think. So you want to be able to master these mechanics so that you can win the game.
And I think that's, what's very interesting about it because, you got to really think about what you're doing and how you're doing it. So that's really interesting. So I'm really excited to see the final product so I can really, play it and then we can review it.
Yeah, and for me, I'm not the best area control, area majority person. But because I have played those type of games before, I was able to really do well with this one. I didn't win when we played, but that's okay. That's okay. I still did very well with that. And I like that mechanic.
No, you didn't do
I like that mechanic.
No, you didn't do. I kind of blew you out. But
that's
Be
okay.
honest.
I was able to hold my own.
So I can't wait for the final version come out.
And that's right.
So we can play it again. Yo, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. So that's Embarcadero.
Those are the mechanics.
Yeah, that's Embarcadero. And check it out on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And research. Now, like we tell you, family, research, have an open mind, check it out, and see if you want to support it.
Yeah.
So, where can they find us?
Well, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, right here on YouTube, and also sometimes on the Dice Tower.
So again, this is a sponsored preview from Renegade Games, and we hope to see you again soon, everybody. Be safe. We love you now.